As autumn approaches, railway staff and commuters alike brace themselves for the dreaded announcement, leaves on the line.
Everybody thinks it's a bit of a joke, really, oh, leaves on the line, but if anybody's ever stood on some leaves and their foot is slipped, well, they do that with grippy shoes on. Imagine a steel wheel on a steel rail.
These trains are sort of 50, 60 tonnes, and if you're trying to stop that in a sliding situation, it's very scary.
The sticky paste the wet leaves create on the tracks causes train wheels to lose traction and service to slow. Last autumn on the leafy Great Western network, passengers were delayed for over 27,000 minutes as a result.
We have your job right soon. One step at a time, please.
So every September, just before the leaves drop, drivers old and new travel out to a private stretch of track to be trained in handling wheel slip.
We're going to do skid pan training. Never done it before, so it should be a good experience.
Mel has been training to be a driver for the last 8 months.
A little bit nerve-wracking. Don't really know what to expect because I've not actually been on a train that's slid before, so it's certainly going to be a new experience.
At Okehampton station, training manager Brian lets them know what they're in for.
Well, what this is about is driving by the seat of your pants, basically. The first time you go down the line, we want you to brake like you'd normally brake for a station. On the second run, we actually tell you to put it into emergency and just leave it, and you'll see the difference. Enjoy the experience and hope you have a great day. I don't think they'll ever get in their career as bad as what we put here today. This is the most extreme they will ever experience in their railway career.
As the drivers get settled on the train, Brian heads off down the track to prepare the rails.
Now, this is the high-tech part of it. Drivers do say you can smell the burgers and the chips that have been cooked in it the previous week. I've used all sorts of materials, put in simulation of leaves on the track. You name it, I've used it.
The drivers will make 2 runs, learning 2 different braking styles which they can use in this situation.
A little bit nervous, but I suppose that's normal in this stage, having not experienced it at the controls, so we'll soon see.
Track to train, you are clear to make your first run.
If you want to go into forward and try and get as much speed as you possibly can. That's it, keep going, pull the hand power handle right out. As you go around the corner now, you'll see the orange and white cone.
As Mel approaches the marker post, she applies the brakes.
Once you do start to slip and slide, drivers do know about it because everything goes quiet in the cab.
She's been instructed to apply and release the brakes, which will slowly bring the train to a halt when tracks are covered in leaves. This method is similar to ABS brakes on a road car.
No, that one too bad.
Good.
We just noted that the train has actually gone out of sight, so that's quite worth noting.
That was good.
I suppose it's going with your gut instinct of you
That's
know
what it
that
is.
it's going to stop. You're just not too sure in your distance.
Track to train, over.
Train receiving, over.
You have permission to return back towards the station when you are ready.
At the station, Mel swaps ends for her second run. This time she's taught how to make an emergency stop. Mel engages the emergency braking system. All the wheels on the train lock up. The front set clears the leaves and the rear set do the braking.
You can feel the grip on it. It's not sliding anywhere near as bad as what it was the first time round. There we go.
Now you can see from that trip compared to the last trip, with a different style of braking, the difference, that's probably less than half what it was before. That could be the difference between having an incident or not having an incident. And that's why we teach them what we do today.
If I'd have had a couple of hundred people behind me, I probably would have been a bit more sort of, oh, how am I going to do this? But this sort of gets you in the frame of mind of, right, this is what happens, this is what you can do, this is what the train's capable of doing, and you've just got to do it.